Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome all. So, today we're going to be playing a game called It Paints Me. I think per usual it's up my psychological horror alley, but I don't know too much about what this game is about, except that, well, it has paintings. Aw, thanks, Junior. Okay. Let's get into this. Sorry. We gotta appreciate this for a moment. Nice. All right. Let's get into this. I don't like I don't like that you just laughed at me, game. Also, chat, tell me if I need to adjust my audio at all. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the game just laughed at me when I clicked start. I don't know if I appreciate that. Every night, I find myself alone in the studio. Curtains drawn tight, my neat row of paints, palette, and brushes in the same place on the drawer by the easel. Okay. Well, there's a nice little option here. The canvas upon it sits, as always, unfinished. Marie's half-painted face frozen in silent song. So Marie is our subject. Oh, she's beautiful. It's laid out, as it always is when I awaken here. Marie is nowhere to be found. She must still be at the theater, even when the curtains fall and the stage lights dim. The night is forever young to its star sopranos. Ooh. So Marie the singer is our muse here, it seems. I would always wait outside her dressing room, roses in hand, scores of other bright-eyed admirers spilling through the halls, though she alone was mine. And I was hers. Aw, did you two break up? I think they broke up. I'm gonna call it now. It's cold. Bitterly cold out tonight. But still I draw the curtains and open the windows wide. There's a stench in the room, deep and damp and sickly sweet, that I can't ever seem to be rid of. Besides that, the fumes from the linseed oil make my head spin. Like every night, I measure out my paints, arranging the small dabs of color on my palette from lightest to darkest. Okay, we're getting into this. Okay, people did their research. Titanium white and cadmium yellow to corpse brown and lamp black. I wet my brush with oil and gently start mixing the pigments. It feels just a little bit like magic, watching them swirl and mix, forming new colors from old. Ooh. Save. If anything has ever taught me anything, save. All the time. I kind of like that she's faceless, I'm not going to lie. So I'm gonna paint her hair. I blend a dark, deep red on my palette as I envision her hair in my mind's eye. Marie rarely ever bound her locks in fashionable plaits or ringlets, not even on our wedding day. So they were married. Oh wait, is she dead? She's gonna be dead, isn't she? We're gonna be like haunted by her ghost. I'm telling you, that's where this is going. I remember how her long, glossy black waves almost shimmered beneath her veil. The color on my palette is as dull as mud. I sigh and blend it into the background instead. Interesting. I apply my paint with a generous dab of oil, but it seems I didn't have to. The canvas is still wet from the last night and the night before. I must have painted and repainted the same background countless times.
Is it that he can't finish it? 'Cause, like, she was his muse and now she's dead? So now he can never finish this painting of her and he just keeps redoing the background?
To say it's difficult to paint by lamplight, my muse nowhere in sight, is an understatement, of course. But lately, these nightly hours are the only time I find myself able to lift my brush. I stop every few strokes.
Spirits, it hurts.
He talked. He talked. Were you the one who laughed at me?
I had joked that the pain that forced me away from the tailor shop meant I could finally return to my paintings, at the very least.
I was never good at humor.
Marie had sensed my words, consoled me sweetly, in her voice like a charmed stone to life.
Oh, Sam, don't worry. I have roles lined up for months. Go ahead and paint. We can still live comfortably.
Aww. Can you guys hear the voices? Okay. Because I can't tell. I hope you can. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, just in case. Just in case. Still, that's so sweet. It hurt. A small part of it did. Beyond the physical, beyond the ailments, to seek her permission.
Did we kill her?
To be unable to care for my darling the way I had when we were young, brimming with talent but crushingly unknown. Well, she had been. I was, and still am, nothing. Oh. But perhaps finally it would now be my turn to bring my vision to the world. So, we loved her, but we were also jealous of her. If only it didn't hurt so damned much. Time passes, and I still don't manage more than a few strokes. A small patch of dark over an already wet canvas. Or perhaps time hasn't passed at all. The broken clock on the wall would suggest as much. Perhaps the seconds have lain still. The world outside unchanging, and I, the only thing that moves. Have I moved? Is repeating the same brushstrokes like a clockwork doll movement? I shiver and sigh. Perhaps sleep would be a better endeavor. Perhaps the next night will meet more success. I stand, setting aside my paints and palette, and slowly move to shut the windows. I stop. There, out in the front garden, barely lit by a street lamp, stands a figure that can only be Marie. She bids goodbye to another figure, tall and broad-shouldered, and then she laughs. A beautiful laugh, a heartfelt laugh, and embraces him before he makes his reluctant exit on a carriage stopped by the gate. For a moment, I don't know what to think. A friend, a co-star, perhaps that amiable tenor she mentioned every now and then. I didn't see his face, but Marie's social circle had always eclipsed my own. It must be. But why would he come to our home? Oh, so we are a jealous type. So she's alive. That's good. Or are we hallucinating things? Does that mean we're going to kill her? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Why would she laugh that way? This is beautiful artwork, by the way. In the garden, in the midst of walking to the front door, humming to herself, Marie suddenly looks up. For a moment, her eyes go wide, and she blinks as if shaking herself from a daze. I instinctively step back from the windows. Perhaps it's guilt that made me do so. Marie is finally home, and oh, I've missed her so. How could the first thing I think upon seeing my darling be the worst thoughts my mind could conjure? 'Cause you're insecure, and you don't feel like she loves you, because you don't feel like you're up to scuff. For the first time in many, many nights, I feel just well enough to leave the studio. I'll prepare Marie a pot of her favorite chamomile tea. I'll listen as she tells me of the nights, the theater, 1,000 small anecdotes she never runs out of, and maybe, just maybe, ask her again to sit for a portrait for me, like she used to. The house feels larger than it used to. Perhaps I was shut in the studio too long. Still, how could I so quickly become a stranger to my own home? The memories are fuzzy. The years blur together like a wash of oil colors. So, he mentioned that he was sick and had to quit his job as a tailor? So, is it less that like he got an injury and more that he's like actually sick? Because he mentioned waking up in the studio, having rarely ever left it. And that's why he can't take care of her anymore. My mother and I, carrying our sparse luggage, stepping inside for the first time. My stepfather, laughing, his elbows on the breakfast table, chattering over something he'd read in the paper. Then, silent hallways and empty rooms. And then myself, welcoming my new bride to these solitary halls, hanging our newly taken portraits above the mantel. The walls are barren now. I have no idea what's happening. No clue what's happening. I feel the walls in the dark, leaving sticky trails of paint behind, tracing the places where I used to hang. Ooh. Save. Always save. Ooh. I don't know. I feel like the paintings would be more symbolic. Like, even if he was never popular enough to sell his work, he was still proud enough to hang it within his own home. So I'm gonna go the paintings. The paintings. I'd framed the seaside landscape I'd painted on our honeymoon. The watercolor sketch of Marie that couldn't hope to capture the sheen of her hair. The still life candles and flowers that had wilted because I took so long to finish. Even the painting of roses in a vase. The first gift I had ever given her.
I wanted to bring you some flowers, but I was afraid they would wilt before I saw you next.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You painted them. Oh, they're beautiful, Sam.
Okay, so our name is Sam.
Sam and Marie. But why are they all gone?
The naked walls stare blankly at me. Oh my god, is it not that Marie is dead, but that we're dead, succumbed to the illness, and now we're haunting our own house? All the paintings are gone, not because we took them down, but because Marie did, because she was grieving. I'm tossing theories out here. Confused, but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather left me. The shelves and tables that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, now missing our mantles in thick white linen. Yeah, I think we're the ghost. It would explain why Marie was so surprised. I'm just saying, I don't know. They remind me of corpses on a hospital table, lying dead still, covered in sheets. Marie. I try to call out, but phlegm blocks my throat. I cough, long and drawn and wet, and then once more attempt to voice her name. Marie? It slicks off my tongue like a serpent uncoiling. I had always loved her name, so tender and sweet, free of harsh syllables. Marie. It was a name like an impressionist fleur, painted in soft strokes with a fine oil brush. It was the greatest joy in the world to join my name to hers. Silence fills the halls, a long, drawn-out silence, a held breath. Finally, my darling answers.
Sam.
Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, wow.
Is this a dream?
We are dead, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
We were the ones who died and now we're haunting our house.
We had never left the studio before, so she never saw us.
Because I doubt she ever goes in there. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I cough again, another long, wet trail dripping from my lips.
Is it a good dream, darling?
Smooth, Sam.
I don't know. It feels like a nightmare.
Not the words you want to say to your husband. But considering the fact I think we're dead, yeah.
An awful, wretched nightmare.
Gasp. I limp towards the sound of her voice, so musical, so lovely, even at the brink of tears. Don't cry, darling, I want to say, but thick, syrupy liquid fills my throat. No matter what troubles you, I am here. She stands at the edge of a staircase, shaking, a candlestick in hand. The steps are sticky and wet. I inch carefully, practically at a crawl, not to slip. Hold on. Good lord. Seems like Sam, I too am dying. Ugh. I can't tell if her eyes are open or not. My darling lifts the candle as I approach. In the dark of the house, its flickering flame almost blinds me. Oh, the rose she has in her pillow. The ones like the ones he painted for her. I don't see the expression on her face as she screams.
What?
Marie? Where are you, my darling?
I'm telling you, we're dead.
Every word feels like a dagger puncturing my throat. I limp down each hall, leaving a trail of steps that feel damp and heavy, slick and wet. Are we bleeding? I try the door to our bedroom. No, Marie's room. I'd started sleeping in the spare one when my coughing fits would wake her in the night. It was cold. So cold. Alone. But my darling needed her rest.
Oh, I'm scared.
The knob is slick and hard to twist. My hand slipping on the brass. Finally, I managed to push the door open. Though it's completely dark when I peer inside, I know it is empty. No warmth, no flesh, no sound of sweet breath within. Oh my god, was the smell in the studio like a corpse that we were dead? I'm so convinced that we are dead and haunting our wife right now. I continue down the hall. I trudge, my steps heavy and wet, trying not to slip over the thick, slick surface. Ooh, that was a mouthful.
Marie! What's wrong, darling? Please, come out. I don't understand.
Sam, it's okay. Oh, you poor son. The dining room is empty. Truly empty. The shelves where the china and silverware were once neatly stacked now gape, hollow. The walnut table is covered in a thick white sheet. The matching set of chairs removed.
What is happening?
I rest against the blanketed table. My hand leaves a ruddy smear against the sheet. It must be more paint, though it's hard to make out in the dark.
It's blood.
I'd needed spectacles for quite some time, but Marie never liked the bookish type. Don't sacrifice your health for the sake of your waifu. Waifu wants you to be healthy and happy. Okay? No lifu, no waifu. I continue on through the familiar yet unfamiliar house. My steps strained and slow, my breath short, sticky, wet. Are we a painting?
Marie! Where are you?
My theories are just getting more baffled by the second.
Oh, Marie! It hurts. Won't you come to me?
Oh! My boy. I hear the front door slam shut. It's freezing cold out. Why is she gone to the garden? I tread to the sound with new urgency, uncaring of the sticky wet floors, forgetting for just a moment the pain that snaps and burns through my flesh. We're a zombie! Good lord. Sam, you're a terrible influence on me. I'm dying. One moment. I reach for the oily, damp knob.
Don't! Sam! Please!
Her voice rings from behind the door.
I don't understand, darling. Have I done something to upset you?
Ah, Sam, please. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. Her sobs echo loudly. I never thought an ugly sound could come from my darling's lips. But her words...
I love you, Sam. I always will. But I can't bear to see you like this. Please, I beg of you, return to where you came.
We are dead. We are haunting her.
You can't be here. I've moved on now.
Oh. Oh. Marie, I'm so sorry.
What? Return where? Dearest, you aren't making any sense. Moved on? I'm your husband, Marie. What on earth is there to move on from?
Please remember, Sam.
I think, yeah, since this is the first time we've left the studio, I think this is the first time she's seen us.
You were ill. You were ill for a long, long time. You never recovered.
Called it. Called it. Ooh. Ooh. Beautiful. Fantastic. I'm a genius. Hold your applause.
I know I'm unwell, Marie. But you said we would still... Are you leaving me? Because I can't care for you anymore? Is that it?
I'm gonna cry. Sam, you're dead, Sam. You have to let go.
You left You're dead, Sam.
Oh,
You've been dead for more than a year.
oh, I did not expect this plotline when I opened the game.
If this is a joke, darling, it's a cruel one.
Oh, Sam.
Do you want me dead? Is that it? Am I better off dead to you?
No. My darling does nothing but sob behind the door. How quickly I regret my words. Oh, if only I could see her face. Look into her eyes, reassure her, and see that she loves me still. I twist the knob with slick, oily hands.
No! Don't come out! Please!
On the other end, with a sharp gasp, my darling grasps the knob's close, pushing the weight of her small frame against the weathered wood.
Don't come out!
Ow! No! No! Oh God! Wait to save, because we all know I'm gonna try the other option after this. Oh, I'm crying, actually. Good Lord, Sam. I'm gonna let her go. We're gonna let her go. I let go of the door, my hand slicking off its oily surface. Take a shot every time they say the word slick and oily.
Forgive me, Marie. I can see that you don't want to speak to me right now. But whenever you do, whatever this is about, I'll be waiting in the studio.
Oh. I leave the door. I leave my darling alone, sobbing in the garden. It's dark. So very dark. But dawn will soon paint that dim black sky. I retrace my slick, wet footsteps through the hall, up the staircase, one trudging, damp step at a time.
Spirits, it hurts.
It burns. I feel no breath in my lungs. My chest could be a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, spilling with hot, sticky fluid.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
You're dead, Sam. I stagger into a tall, sheet-covered object, the linen sliding off for the grasp of my clumsy, slick fingers. It's Marie's floor-length mirror. Yes.
Oh no.
Show us who our boy really is.
No, 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 no!
Oh. Oh. No wonder she was afraid. Oh, Sam. Oh my God. I'm in the studio. A dark, dim studio. As empty as it is every night.
That's why he can't finish the painting. It's not that Marie isn't there. It's that he can't finish it because he's dead. He can only do what he did before he died.
The curtains are shut. The lamps are unlit. My palette is a mess of murky colors. Rust reds, corpse browns. A musky, sickly, sweetly rotting stench fills the room. I don't know why the smell of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. The handle of the door turns behind me. Slowly, it creaks open, and a figure steps inside. It's me. He limps more than he steps in crooked motions against the floor, dragging his body along like a wet, wide brush as swaths of red pull at his feet. I watch him pull himself before the canvas.
Samuel.
Icon of affliction. Is this what it did to us? Was it like a sickness in the lungs that killed us? Just judging by the way the mouth, throat, and lungs look. He speaks in my mother's voice, a tone that could swell with warmth or derision, command or dependency, pride or disappointment in a moment's notice.
Please, give up your suffering. Give up this. Come back to the earth with me.
Oh, he can't let go of Marie. My hands are too slick to hold my brush. I stabbed into my flesh and fix it between my bones, then dip the bristles into his blood.
Sammy.
He speaks in my stepfather's voice, but without laughter or joy. In the same cadence, I imagine him taking his last breath, crimson staining his uniform, the dog tags cold around his neck. Oh, so he was a soldier.
Don't suffer anymore, Sam. You are nothing already.
Okay, well that statement was mean. First part was
Forget
good.
your pain. Return to the void with us.
My brush is drying. I plunge it into his chest, wet it with his oily breath.
Sam?
He speaks with my voice, hoarse and raspy and tired. So very, very tired.
This won't make you worthy of love. Not the world's, not Marie's, not your friends or peers or critics.
Icon of agony. Oh, I didn't read what it said with his stepfather. But also, stop trash talking yourself, Samuel. You're a beautiful boy. I mean, you're dead now, but you were a beautiful boy.
Come back to our grave. End our suffering. You know I don't do this for love.
I clean my brush with the paint thinner, knocking over the jar as it spills across the drawer and onto the wet, soaken floor. I dry the bristles on my worn, rotting shirt and soak it in the thick white mucus of his tears. Blech. My words are only partially true, just as his words are not fully wrong. Neither my rotting corpse nor the memory of what once was Sam will gain a thing from this toil. I paint the hours away, or perhaps take no time at all. The clock on the wall never turns its hands, suggesting that the world lies still. The seconds never pass, and I am the only thing that moves within it. It hurts. Oh, it hurts. Heavy, syrupy tears flood my vision, fill my throat, my chest, choking me. Every movement of my hands leaves cracks in what's left of my brittle bones. He stares at me all the while, silent, still, like a mirror. If I loved him, I would stop. I would crawl to my grave like he wishes. But I love this more than I love myself. I birth him from within me. As I create, so too am I born.
And he and I are beautiful.
Wow. That's so pretty. Ending 2, self-portrait. Interesting. Okay. This. Whoa. Just solidly. Oh, I can see the paintings. So we have Marie here. So I guess there's two endings. Okay. Now I want to play through this again, but pick the other options and see. So let's load from here, actually. And then try painting her face. I mix a tone as warm as her cheeks as I envision Marie's sweet face in my mind's eye. Her lips like roses, the graceful turn of her nose, those eyes that glittered like stars under candlelight. It's no use. I can't focus. Her features are blurred in my mind as the mess of oil and pigment smeared across my canvas. I sigh and scrape it off with a palette knife, and I mix a deep blend of black and red for the background instead. Okay, this is the same. Okay, we're gonna skip through this. Okay. Is this gonna be different? Oh. Okay, no, this is the same. Oh, the rose from the garden. Rose. So Marie seems to have a thing about roses, probably because they were the first gift Sam gave her. Okay. So it's been more than a year since we've died and we've just been in the studio? Okay, now let's try the photographs this time. The walls are laid bare. The pictures that hung on the pale wallpaper are gone. Blurry gray photographs of my parents, myself as a boy, and Marie. Oh, so many pictures of Marie, each displayed in a filigree frame. Even her wedding photograph, the two of us dressed in fine clothes I'd sewn myself, smiling like fools even while our picture was taken. For how could we wear solemn faces on such a joyous day? It too is gone. The pale wallpaper stands bare, stripped to its bone. Confused, but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. Okay, this is the same. Okay. Hi.
Sam.
I noticed the flower on her lapel changes colors. Or dress, I guess. Okay, we're gonna skip past this. Oh, she was crying before she opened her eyes. Yeah, because it goes from yellow to red.
Marie?
Okay. Exploring the house.
Marie, please come.
Oh, just hearing the voice lines is gonna make me cry again.
Marie. Oh, Marie.
Don't! Sam! Please!
Whoever voices Marie, props, man. Props to Sam, too. Props to them
I
all.
don't understand.
Okay,
I love. Please. You.
we're gonna skip this
Moved on.
Please. You were.
I.
till we
Are you-
get
You've been dead.
to forcing the door open. We let her go last time. I'm gonna see what happens
Come out!
if we force open the door. I'm scared. I don't want to hurt Marie. But I also want the other ending.
No. Not until you tell me what's going on. Are you leaving me, darling? After everything?
Sam.
I need you. I need you!
My darling utters a sharp cry as the hinges groan against the frame, loosening her grip as she stumbles back onto the cobblestone path. I instantly forget her sharp words as I limp towards her side.
Marie, are you alright? I'm so sorry.
Stop it, Sam. I'll keep you alive. Every time I sing, I'll sing for you.
Are we forcing her into companionship?
I'll keep you in my song. In my art.
Oh, but it hurts. Her shrill voice grates against the ooze spilling forth from my ears.
It hurts. It hurts!
My head rings. My chest is a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, flowing with hot, sticky fluid. I cough, and spew more syrupy, warm liquid from my lips.
Your art, it was always about you.
No, Sam! Also, add to the shot list, add syrupy to that. Syrupy, slick, and oil. Take a shot every time that happens.
Your fame, your voice, your needs, your wants, your desires. You were a work of art, of course, but did you ever think about me?
Sam, no!
Did you ever think about poor Sam dying alone in a cold, white room? Poor Sam, who couldn't even hold a brush in his hands at the end. Poor Sam, left to rot into nothing.
Oh, so he acknowledges that he died now.
A year was all it took for you to forget me.
I am asking her, leaving smears of dark, muddy paint over her pale shoulders. The next moment, she breaks from me, running blindly into the street. The carriage doesn't stop for her. Of course it doesn't. My dearest, in a wisp of dark curls, a black gown billowing in the night like a shade. She should be light as a breath, soft as mist. But the song that comes is the scream of her breaking bones, her ripping flesh, the breath that leaves her lungs.
Ha! But every sound my darling makes is beautiful.
I scoop her mass of flesh and deep crimson hair in my arms. Her blood pools around me, syrupy and dark, a color so deep no artist's pigment could hope to capture, the purest scarlet or vermilion red, a dull stain in comparison. We killed her! It is not Sam that I see staring back in the deep pool of our blood. My darling is a lovely creature, even broken. I gently carry her up the steps, one slick, damp, crooked step at a time, setting her mass of jutted bone and viscera and flesh on the velvet seat in my studio. The fabric soaks it deep, so very deep. Hey, we finally finished the painting. It's dark, as it is every night. I leave the lamps unlit, the windows shut tight. How strange that the stench of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. My darling sits still, ever so still, not a breath escaping her broken flesh. What a lovely model. Oh, what a wonderful thing.
All the more beautiful now that it surely hurts to sing.
Oh no, we made him spiteful.
Oh, it is agony to hold a brush. It always does. But I can bear it. After all, who can truly create without pain?
That's why you laughed at me at the start.
Oh. Oh no. He's gone. He's gone. Is that all of them? Got the wedding. Oh. What is this one? This one is empty. The rest are there. Why is this one empty? I think that was it. I don't think I missed anything. But I wonder why that one's empty. If anyone finds out how to get that one, tell me. But that was a heartbreaking little experience. Okay, Jesus Christ. Well, that happened. Well, that was the story of Sam and Marie. Thanks for anyone who stopped by. I had a lovely time, and I hope to see you all, guys, in another episode. So, I'm heading out. I'm done. Goodbye.